What's good with it, y'all? I'm back with another video today. My challenge video. I'm gonna let y'all know who I want to see fight this year in both MMA and boxing. So without further ado, let's get into this, man. Alright, so the first one on this list, this fight has already been confirmed for February 2024 in the UFC. It will be my boy, Ilia Topuria, facing Alexander Volkanovski. Now, I personally have been a fan of Ilia Topuria since his knockout of Ryan Hall. And ever since that UFC event that took place in, I can't remember which UFC event it was, but it was definitely in 2021. I have always followed Ilia Topuria from that point on because I always liked his style. He has great boxing, a great stand-up, a very underrated jiu-jitsu game, and the dude can wrestle. So if he's able to have such an elite skill in everything that he does, he is going to be a very, very tough matchup against Alexander Volkanovski. And don't get me wrong, Alexander Volkanovski, he is, in my opinion, one of the best pound for pound. He is pound for pound no matter what he does, especially after that second Islam fight. I don't really kind of consider that because late notice fight, and 10 days against a guy who was training up to that point already, and he just caught him with a kick in the first round. But I still feel like with this fight, it's gonna be definitely a dog fight between both of them, because they are both at such a high level right now, and it's guaranteed to be fireworks. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this fight because I'm really trying to pull through for Topuria, and yeah, man, I'm just ready to see this fight because I'm very excited for it. This has been a fight that I've been wanting for probably for about 2 years now. So yeah, I'm ready for it. Okay, next fight we have is Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney. Now, I'm gonna say this. I like both of them, but I'm not too big on both of them, if I'm being real. But if I'm being completely honest, I feel like if they were to fight, I feel like Tank would win, simply because I feel like for his stature, he has a very small stature and he's very fast, and he can do what Haney does. But the thing is that since he's so small and compact, he has power. And not to say that Devin Haney doesn't have power, because he has it. He just uses it at the right moments in his fights, like he did with the one he just had with Regis Prograis. And that fight right there was his first fight at 140. And Tank fought at 140 one time against Barrios. I forgot his first name, but I remember. See, but yeah, he that was one of Tank's toughest fights. And I feel like the thing that's stopping that is just I feel like Tank and his team are kind of very hesitant on going back to 140, simply because it's way more challenging for him. But I'm not saying that he can't, or doubting that he can't find success at 140. But I feel like it's definitely an adjustment for him, specifically because him and Haney fight at 135, and Haney moved up, as well as Teofimo, which he will be on this list later. And yeah, so I see a lot of these 135 guys moving up to 140, which is an amazing move, not only for them but for potentially more fights that could happen in the future. And this fight specifically is going to be a big money fight. It's going to be like Tank versus Ryan was, you know. And like I said, this fight is going to be big. So if they do it, I hope they do it in a big way. Hope dudes are very successful in their careers, and I honestly hope that one day we'll get to see this fight, possibly in 2024. Okay, so the next fight right here. I'm pretty sure this fight is not gonna happen until Jon Jones comes back. But it's gonna be Tom Aspinall versus Stipe Miocic for the UFC interim UFC heavyweight champion. And this has recently been confirmed by Dana White that he says that Tom Aspinall will not face either Jon Jones or Stipe Miocic for the UFC heavyweight title anytime soon, because the UFC wants Stipe versus Jones. But it's unlikely that it will happen in 2024, but more likely 2025, because Jones recently injured himself probably about a month ago, for like 10 days before the fight. And he's gonna be out for a while. So I feel like it would be, in my opinion, I feel like it would be it would make more sense if Jones were to sit this one out. He can still be the champion, and when he comes back, I feel like he should face the winner of Stipe or Tom Aspinall. And my thing is that if Stipe were to fight Tom Aspinall, it should be for the interim, world heavyweight champion, because they claim he's the GOAT. I'm gonna say this: I'm not trying to diminish Stipe Miocic's legacy in the UFC, but I definitely will say if this man is supposed to be the GOAT, one of the heavyweight GOATs, I feel like he should fight and prove it. Stipe hasn't fought in over 2 years, going on 3, to be honest, in March of 2024. And so, pretty long layoffs play a factor in the fight game. Jon Jones, he is the GOAT of MMA. But, I'm not saying that he's on a different level. He beat Erdogan in less than a minute or a minute and a half in the first with submission. So, he's definitely been ready for this division for a while. And, a guy like Tom Aspinall, who's been fighting up the ranks, he's also dealt with injuries, coming back from injuries, and, still being able to finish guys off, especially with that guy, Sergey Pavlovich. I didn't think that he was going to do that and knock him out, but he did. And he had injuries going into that fight. And, it's just a lot of things that come with, these fights, because, you never know who's going to step out or who's going to get injured. I feel like the UFC should have been ready for that. If somebody were to get hurt or anything, but, I feel like they knew if Jones were to get hurt, or if he didn't have an opponent, then Jones or Stipe were to get hurt, they weren't going to, try anything else with anybody else to get another title shot. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's how I feel. And that's the fight that should happen in 2024. All right, so the next fight, Ryan Garcia versus Devin the Dream Haney. Yes, he's on this list again. So this is a very interesting fight that we might actually be able to see in 2024 because of the negotiations that their teams are currently having as of right now. But nothing has been confirmed yet. So we just have to wait and find out and see. But this fight right here is very interesting, and it's another big money fight that's going to happen because, Ryan Garcia had came off a loss this year against Tank and rebounded with a KO in his last fight that happened not too long ago. And, he was very successful in it. And now, the thing is, this fight has a lot of backstory and history with both Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Both of them fought each other in the amateurs. Devin won some, Ryan won some, and it was very competitive between them. And a fight right now at 140 is definitely sounding like the go-to, especially now that Devin Haney is a champion at 140. And, Ryan Garcia, the thing with Ryan Garcia, he doesn't care who it is. If there's a fight, if somebody wants to fight him, he's going to take that fight. And that's one thing I like about Ryan Garcia is because he's not a pushover. And he definitely is ready and willing to fight anybody for his spot. Win, lose, or draw, he stays the same. So, of course, any fighter like that is definitely a great fighter in my opinion. And, this fight right here could be potentially one of the best fights of the year. Potentially, But, yeah. The next fight on this list, it will be Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Colby Chaos Covington. And like I said, this fight may or may not happen. It just depends. Because, coming off of another title loss, Colby Covington is more than likely he either has to face Shavkat or he's just not going to get another title shot, point blank period. Because Shavkat Rakhmonov is literally been one of the best welterweights as of right now to this day, because he has a 100% finish rate in every fight that he's had. In every fight that he has had, he has finished all of his opponents. So, with that being said, that loss against Leon Edwards from Colby, a fight like that is something that Colby is not usually known for. He's usually the one putting pressure and having the constant pressure throughout, a fight, and Leon picked him apart for every single round. And, a fight like that, in my opinion, is just something that Shavkat wants. I feel like almost because the dude can take anything, and he can definitely dish out a lot of punishment against all his opponents. And that's what he has done to everybody that he has faced. Like, even on that same card a couple weeks ago, Shavkat finished Wonderboy. And that right there is one of the hardest things you could ever do. And in such a legend and competitor as such as Wonderboy, because Wonderboy is a very skilled fighter. He took Wonderboy's punishment and kept going forward. Colby Covington is not known to have power, and he is more so known for his wrestling. But at the rate that Shavkat goes, I don't think that this is a fight that will pretty much aid Covington, especially in getting a title shot. But if he does, he will have to face him, because the UFC is not giving him any more title shots anymore, especially after failing 3 times. But that's just me. All right, last one on my list. Now, this fight more than likely won't happen, but it's definitely a fight that I would actually pay money to see. And this fight right here would be Teofimo Lopez versus Gervonta Tank Davis at 140. This fight right here could potentially be one of the biggest fights in my opinion. In my opinion, this fight right here is definitely gonna be one of those fights. Both guys are very skilled and they have power. And I feel like this is gonna be more so a competitive fight and a fight that Tank can win because, you know, he is more fast and, you know, he has power. And the thing is with Teofimo is that he's fast and he has power as well. And, you know, he usually, you know, he beats guys up. And if he goes out and fights a guy and any type of style, it's going to be a competitive brawl, really. You know, because he's fast too. And, you know, don't let his size fool you. This guy is pretty damn good. And he doesn't, the thing that I hate that people don't realize is that Teofimo Lopez gets no recognition for the things that he has done. Literally. And, you know, him being in such high positions, he's just like Ryan Garcia. This guy is literally ready for anybody. And anything and everything that comes his way, no matter if he gets a loss or anything, this guy is ready for everything. And, you know, he just doesn't put on boring fights because the dude, he has power and he can take power back. And this guy, he's just very good, man. You know, both guys are very good and they both have chins. Not to mention they both have power. So, you know, this, in my opinion, this is a really 50-50 fight because Teofimo, before Haney and before Kambosos and Lomachenko and Garcia and everybody else at 135, even Tank, he was undisputed. He was undisputed with all those championships. And, you know, he fought George Kambosos. And, you know, he came up short. But I still feel like he should have gotten, you know, his rematch. But, you know, that is a fight that everybody, people like myself and real boxing fans would like to see. So yeah, those are the top fights that I want to see happen in 2024. And if you guys like this video, I'm hoping you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all. More vids on the way. Boom, I dropped a bomb on you. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.